Hey YouTube, Wes here checking in with a brand new video for you today. Of course, as the title suggests, we're talking about my new vinyl pickups in the month of May 2020. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a great month. Hope you're all staying healthy, staying safe. I'm doing well myself. It looks like I'm going to be probably going back to working in the office again here in the next few weeks. So that's both a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah, that's how things are going. I'm going to get actually going to get a COVID-19 test on Friday. I'm scheduled to go do that, go do a testing, and then after that we'll work on figuring out a plan for me to go back into the office. And so yeah, it'll be a change of pace. I've been kind of getting used to working at home. As I said, it has its pluses and minuses, but it's coming to an end for now. So, but yeah, this video is about vinyl and what I picked up in the past month. So let's get into that. I managed to pick up I mean, sometimes at night these things just somehow multiply. I don't know how it works. I don't know. It just happens. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into what I picked up. The first one here I picked up at the local Second and Charles. Second and Charles is kind of like a half-price books kind of store. And this is something I been looking at there for a few months near the beginning of the year. And then when everything sort of closed down, I saw, well, it's there kind of thing. Something I've been thinking about picking up. Finally decided to pick it up. And when they opened back up, I picked it up, and this is Jimmy Somerville's Almo homage from 2012. Of course, Jimmy Somerville of the Bronski Beat and the Communards. I'll show you the gatefold here. Just says homage in the middle. So yeah, as the title suggests, this is an homage. This is a disco album that Jimmy Somerville did. He's always wanted to do a disco album, and this is it. Pretty good, pretty enjoyable. His voice fits the disco style very, very well. So this is a really good album. I really enjoyed it. This insert has some liner notes and then some photos of all the people that worked on the album. So I thought that was a pretty neat thing to do. You sort of recognized everyone that way. Sort of a neat way to do a liner notes kind of thing. So you can actually see each person's picture. And then it's a 2 LP set, and the second disc just has liner notes on it. It is 2 LP set, black vinyl, pressed at Optimal. It was something I picked up in May. Next thing I picked up is a new release. This is from an artist I spoke about in my Vinyl Tag lockdown edition, whatever you want to call it. This is the new album from Perfume Genius titled "Set My Heart on Fire Immediately." His latest album. Really, really great album. I really like this album a lot. As I said, it's kind of going back to where he was earlier. I like this a lot better than his album No Shape. Yeah, just a really, really great album. Very, very sensual, very sexy. Really, really good album. And the inner sleeves just have some printing and lyrics on them. Show the vinyl. This is just the black vinyl version. There is a colored vinyl version available directly from the label, but the price on it's kind of high, and the shipping was kind of high on it as well. Decided to get the standard edition from Amazon. It was a really good price on this, and yeah, a great album. And this is probably going to be in my best of 2020 albums, as I really am enjoying listening to this. Next one I did show in my Vinyl Tag video, so I won't spend too much time on it, but I'll just mention it again here in case you missed that. I got a We Are Vinyl reissue of the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. Really, really nice pressing, really great sounding copy of this, and really affordable too. Pressed at Record Industry. So yeah, just wanted to pick up some Dylan reissues and grab that one. All right, the next thing I have to talk about is something I can't remember if I showed this in my Vinyl Tag video or not. But this is something that's been on my want list for a while, something I've listened to digitally. I think I've said this before about this album. I think I may have shown this. But this is Kavinsky with the album Outrun. Dark synthwave kind of music. I think I did say it's kind of you're driving on the highways around Miami in the middle of summer at night. You know, the sun is just set, all the neon lights are lit up. It's just, it's very 80s dark wave synthy kind of, very energetic kind of driving kind of dark synthwave kind of stuff. Just awesome in my opinion. I've as I said, I listened to this a ton digitally. Finally went ahead and pulled the trigger and bought it on vinyl. Some photos inside that kind of go along with the story there, and some liner notes. And it's on black vinyl, pressed at MPO in France, so pretty nice pressing. Kavinsky's Outrun, added that one this month. This next purchase was based on a Amoeba What's in My Bag video. They're doing sort of What's in My Bag home edition kind of thing recently, which is kind of cool. And they featured two members of this group, Moaning. This is their self-titled album from 2018, I believe, is when it was released. I think this is their most recent release. Moaning are a punk group that has synth-based, I don't know how to explain it. It's punk music, but it also has synthesizers in it, which I've said in the past I like before. The group Mind Spiders is another group that's similar that I really, really like. And when I saw their What's in My Bag videos, and I really liked their picks, and I said, let me explore this band some more and listen and stream some of their music, and really dug what I was hearing. So I went ahead and picked this up on Discogs. It was sealed when I got it, so brand new release, or brand new copy. This is the Loser edition. It's the colored vinyl version that obviously they're on Sub Pop. All the first pressings are always on colored vinyl. There's the inner sleeve, some lyrics, and I definitely wanted to get the Loser edition of this because the vinyl is pretty cool. Really nice marbled pink color there. So it's Moaning's self-titled from 2018, punk with some synthesizer in it, and I definitely dig that. All right, next up is another one that's been on my want list on vinyl for a long time, an album I've loved since it came out in 94, I think it was. 94. So I recently watched the show on Apple TV about the Beastie Boys that they did. Really enjoyed that, and finally just that drove me to say, what the heck, I'm just going to go ahead and buy this. It's been on my want list forever. I need to have this on vinyl, and that is Ill Communication. Definitely one of my favorite Beastie Boys albums, surprisingly, because it's very punky. It's very aggressive, which is not something I typically go for. But this album also has more chilled, sort of laid back kind of the instrumental tracks that would sort of make their way into the In Sound from Way Out, their instrumental album. Very jammy, very chill, very cool sounding stuff. Show you the gatefold on this one. Really nice gatefold. This is a nice 2LP set pressed on black vinyl from RTI. So sounds very nice. Which is a good thing. This is not exactly a cheap album to get. Beastie Boys, Ill Communication from 1994. Classic of theirs, and probably one of my favorites, if not a favorite of theirs. I just like the variety that's on here. As I said, very aggressive punk sounding tracks mixed with some very cool laid back jammy kind of tracks. They were just sort of in their prime at this point and doing really cool stuff. So I definitely dig this a lot. Glad to finally have that on vinyl in the collection. This next pickup was inspired by, it's a pre-order. It was inspired by sort of on Fridays I like to go to Spotify and check out the new releases that maybe I didn't know were coming out, or check out the new releases that I did know were coming out, and just sort of stream them and check them out. And this is something I didn't know anything about it. Just thought, it looks interesting. Let me give it a try. This is Hamilton Lighthauser with The Loves of Your Life. Sort of a, I don't know if I'd call it a concept album, but it's sort of a character-based album where he used stories from friends and personal stories as well, and it's a collection of songs about people you meet in your life that leave a lasting impact on you in one way or another. So it's not necessarily, this isn't, the people you love or the people, it's not that kind of album. It's just an album of stories about interesting people you meet. It really grabbed me. I really liked it on its first listen. So I went ahead and pre-ordered the vinyl. The vinyl was delayed by a month or two, I think. So this finally came in May. Nice gatefold with lyrics and photos. People that played on the album again. GZ vinyl pressing on black vinyl. There is a sort of a colored vinyl pressing of this. That's sort of the color of the label there. That might be an indie record store kind of thing or something. I just did this through Amazon. So Hamilton Lighthauser, The Loves of Your Life. For something new, a new discovery for me anyway. And all right, this next pickup was inspired by Brad over at H2 Vinyl. He'd mentioned he picked this up on Amazon for a really good price, and it's something I've been kind of wanting, but just hadn't pulled the trigger on yet. And I checked, and it was still going for a really nice price. So I went ahead and grabbed it. This is the latest album by Flying Lotus, Flamagra. 2019, I think this was released, maybe. I think this was last year. If you're not familiar with Flying Lotus, he's kind of like a mixture of jazz, electronica, and hip-hop. It can be a bit all over the place at times for me, but it's just great music, and he's got a lot of cool guest artists on here, from George Clinton to Anderson .Paak. Great stuff on here, and a good album. So glad I was able to find this for a good price. Incredible detailed artwork on this as well. There's the inner sleeve. It's on Warp Records. Custom labels there are nice. And the second LP is similar. Sort of a gold shiny sleeve there with just the track titles and some liner notes. All right, so this next little stack of vinyl I have to show you are another hit from the deep discount clearance bins, so to speak. Deepdiscount.com. Just click on there, $9.99 and under vinyl kind of thing. Go through and pick out a few things. So the first thing I have to show you from Deep Discount is an ambient piece by an artist that goes by the name The Grand Tour, otherwise known as James Brooks. An acoustic, not necessarily an ambient artist, but not electronic. Uses a lot of electric guitar and other things like that. More acoustic type instruments. And this is his album Land Observations from 2014. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this. Just some really nice ambient kind of music. Definitely very chill, very pleasant to listen to. If you're into ambient music and you haven't heard this, I definitely recommend it. It's a really good album. So that was the first one I picked up from Deep Discount's clearance bin. Next thing I got there, this is a show I love, a show we watch on Netflix, and that is Stranger Things, and this is the soundtrack to Stranger Things Season 3. A lot of great 80s music on here, as well as other stuff. Yeah, this is just a fun pickup. I wouldn't pay the full price for this, but for $7 or $8, I will go ahead and grab this just to have. It's a nice little collector's piece and has some neat tracks on it. And this is the black vinyl version of it. I believe there is a splattered vinyl version of this out there. This also comes with a mini poster, and then also a bonus 7-inch of the Never Ending Story theme. So yeah, that was fun to listen to, and just a nice piece to have because I love the show. So Stranger Things Season 3. Go ahead and grab that one. All right, next up, The Killers with Wonderful Wonderful. When was this released? 2017. Yeah, I don't have any Killers on vinyl. I do like The Killers. I have several CDs of theirs, but never picked up anything of theirs on vinyl. So when I saw this in the clearance bin there, I thought, yeah, what the heck? I'd like to have some Killers on vinyl. So that's nice. I do like this album. And it's on black vinyl. And the last thing I picked up from Deep Discount's clearance bin is a blind buy for me. This is Brosel Machine with Indian Camel. Yeah, I just had to check this out just based on the artwork. It's kind of a progressive group. Definitely the music fits the cover. I'd say check them out if this looks enticing to you at all. Really cool group, as I said, kind of a progressive kind of thing. Progressive rock, modern group. This is from 2017. Photos in the gatefold there. So yeah, that was my last pickup from the Deep Discount clearance bin. It's always fun to sort of dig through there every few months and check out what they have and pick up a few things that look interesting. All right, this next one is the Vinyl Me Please album of the month, essential album of the month, and that is a reissue of Stevie Nicks' Belladonna album. From 1981 originally. They did a really nice tip-on Stoughton jacket on this with some foil embossing. So it is a nice packaging on this album. As I said, I wasn't really happy that this was what they decided to reissue because it's a very common album. But it is what it is. Get some liner notes and lyrics on the inside. I don't know if this is going to show on vinyl here. I do have my light here. So yeah, it's kind of a smoky blue color. Very, very nice. And this is going to show, but the inside of the gatefold has stars printed in it. As I've said recently, instead of art prints, they've been doing photographs as the extra sort of poster, 12 by 12 poster kind of thing. So this is a Herbert Worthington III photograph. Okay, the next thing I have to share with you is a Discogs pickup. I recently picked up, it's a soundtrack. I recently picked up the movie in 4K, and that is Days of Thunder, recently re-released in 4K as well, along with Top Gun. But I decided to get this one. Yeah, I just really like this movie a lot, and as I was watching it, I was kind of like, yeah, the soundtrack to this is really good. So went on Discogs and picked up a copy of this. So yeah, really just wanted to grab this just because I like the movie and I want to have the soundtrack. So great artists on here. I mean, you got Cher, Chicago, Guns N' Roses, Elton John, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Tina Turner, John Waite, bunch of David Coverdale. Yeah, so neat. 1991, I think, is when this came out. Or 1990. Nice soundtrack from that time period. And then the last three here I have to show to you are from Goodwill. Before all this virus thing went down, our tradition on Sundays was to go to both the Goodwills here in town and do some shopping and go out and get some lunch and pick up any extra groceries or any supplies we need for the week. So finally getting back into doing that again. So this past few weekends we've been doing that. It's been nice to return to a little bit of normalcy, and it's been nice to get back into some thrifting. So this first one, I picked up 3 albums at Goodwill. This first one is Pete Seeger's Story Songs on Columbia. Really nice release here. Pete Seeger music. So that was a nice find, one I didn't have already. This next one is a pickup from Feroni and Teicher, and normally I just pass on by Feroni and Teicher, but I saw this one and it looked interesting, and you got to buy 3 because it's 3 for 99 cents at Goodwill. So you got to buy at least 3, and so I went ahead and made this my third choice. This is Feroni and Teicher, Love in the Generation Gap. So this is Feroni and Teicher trying to get into the love generation kind of music. Get the look of love, prelude to love. What the world needs now is love. Lots of those kind of songs done by Feroni and Teicher, and it's a unipack, but half or a third. It's about half unipack kind of thing. So I thought, what the heck, I'll grab that and at least give it one spin and check it out. And then the last thing from Goodwill, really awesome find, just sort of random. There was nothing else like this in the bins. I don't know how it got in there. It's just sometimes this happens. That's why I say it's always worth your while to do some thrifting. Even if it looks like there's nothing there, I suggest flipping through because you never know what's going to be hidden in the bins there. So you might find something like this. It's a 12-inch single for Ultravox's Slow Motion from 1979. Really, really nice early 12-inch single from Ultravox. And the really awesome thing about this, it's on this sort of milky colored vinyl. Discogs list this as clear, but it's kind of a milky color. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. But yeah, really awesome find in a thrift store. Definitely made the trip worthwhile. And that's gonna do it for my May 2020 pickups. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Leave me any comments or questions you have down below. Give me a thumbs up if you can. If you aren't already subscribed, think about subscribing so you can be kept up to date on future videos I release. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, great night. Remember, there is no bad music, only music you don't like. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.